Hi guys, hope you're going well today. So I'm talking about the movie which has just recently earned Reese Witherspoon an Oscar nomination for Best Actress, the movie Wild. This is based on the book by Cheryl who, it's a true story, and in '95, she was in her mid-20s, she packed up her entire life and went on this 1,000-mile solo hike across the Pacific Crest Trail. So this is both extremely physical but also entirely metaphorical. Reese Witherspoon is playing Cheryl and she's going on this solo hike to find herself. That is the easiest way to put it. She's got a lot of trauma in her past and has gone down a very dark road, a road that's going to lead to self-destruction, and the only way that she feels that she's able to pull herself out of it is to challenge herself in something that she's never even thought of before. The movie picks up at the beginning of the hike, and because it's at the beginning of the hike, the only way we can really experience why Cheryl has decided to pack up everything and undertake this is to visit everything story element wise through flashbacks. So we start with her on day one of this hike as she sets off into nowhere land, and we flash back to different events, different time periods of her life to see everything which led up to that point. With a movie that has so many flashbacks and we're constantly going back, seeing these little fragments, it's quite jarring and it's harmful in a way. There's no other way that you can really express what has happened to her except through flashbacks, so it's a necessary evil, but we're flashing back so much it's a little bit repetitious and becomes a little bit obvious. Having said that though, with the issue of the flashbacks being jarring, they do transition as best they can from the flashbacks to the present, being on the hike, and the direction by Jean-Marc Vallée, who did Dallas Buyers Club, which is probably the only movie of his I've seen back in 2013 he did, which was amazing. I think that this movie really does stay true and has a lot of heart about this one woman inner struggle to find peace. Another thing to note is that this is a extremely female journey. So I say that in a lot of ways, and I felt that it really spoke to me on a woman-to-woman level. Maybe that sounds a bit odd, but it has a lot of specifically female emotions and ideas in it. There are obviously male characters that come in and out of the journey, and a couple of times the strangers that she meets along the way, the male strangers, they're portrayed in a really interesting light, because as a single woman doing this hike all by herself in the wilderness, it's very much that issue of being able to trust men and trust their intentions, and the movie does this extremely well. There are two particular men that she meets along the way, just in passing, just strangers, and how the way you perceive these men and what they're capable of in terms of helping her / harming her, it's just really cleverly done. Reese Witherspoon is transformed from when I first saw her back in the days of Legally Blonde. The woman she plays, Cheryl, couldn't be further from that Legally Blonde character. I think she's absolutely deserving of an Oscar nomination. I don't think that she will win, but the nomination certainly just speaks volumes. So they are some of my thoughts on the movie Wild. Let me know what you're thinking in the comment section down below. Let me know if you've seen the movie and what your thoughts are. I'd love to know, and I will talk to you guys soon. Also, just while I'm thinking of it and I've got Oscars on my mind, I will be doing an Oscars video. I'm doing a little challenge along with some other really great YouTubers, and we're all putting together our picks for the Oscars, so I'll be sharing that a little bit later on as well. Okay, thanks guys, bye!